Did you know that over 2,000 years ago, ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca believed that mastering your energy could not only transform your mindset, but also reshape your entire life? In today's world, where everything seems to spin at breakneck speed, from endless emails and 24/7 news cycles to work pressures, finding ways to manage and channel your energy effectively has never been more critical. Today, I'd like to take you on a journey to explore specific strategies rooted in Stoic philosophy to boost mental clarity, enhance productivity, and improve your overall well-being. These aren't just empty theories. They're methods I've tested myself, woven into my daily life, and seen real changes from: less stress, better focus, and living more aligned with what I value. I've picked them up from books, online articles like Ryan Holiday's Breakdowns — he's a well-known modern Stoicism writer — and my personal experiences. So, get comfortable, grab a cup of tea or coffee if you'd like, and let's dive into these profound insights together. If you find what I'm sharing today valuable, I've got one small request. Hit that subscribe button to join me on this journey. I won't just give you practical steps. I'll also share personal stories to show how these methods play out in real life. No more stalling. Let's get started and uncover the secrets to mastering your energy with the practical wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Have you ever stopped to think about what affects your energy each day? The books you read, the music you listen to, the conversations you have, they all play a bigger role than you might realize. Let's start with a question. Have you ever felt your mind overwhelmed by pointless noise? Maybe your day kicks off with scrolling social media, reading negative posts, or listening to a podcast just to kill time. Stoic philosophy calls this the problem of mental inputs. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." In other words, your energy and who you are is shaped by what you let into your mind. I remember a time in my life when I felt drained for no obvious reason. Then it hit me. I was letting everything, from sensational news headlines to mindless chatter, flood my head without any filter. So, inspired by Stoicism, I decided to clean up my mental space. I started questioning everything I took in. Does this serve me? Does it align with my goals? Does it make me better? Here's an example. I used to listen to whatever trendy podcast was out there just to fill the silence while driving. But then I got selective, only tuning into podcasts that fed my growth or lectures on philosophy. Suddenly, those car rides turned into moments of deep learning and reflection. According to a Psychology Today study, selectively engaging with positive information can cut stress and boost focus by up to 30%. And it's not just information. The people around you shape your energy too. Seneca, in Letters from a Stoic, advised, "Associate with those who will make you better." I put this into practice by seeking out friends, colleagues, and mentors who live by their values, not the loudest or most famous, but those who are genuinely kind, steady, and purposeful. So, how do you start? Try auditing your inputs for a day. The books you read, the music you listen to, the people you talk to. Are they lifting your energy? If not, cut them out boldly. This isn't about arrogance or isolation. It's about shielding your mind from what wears it down. When you filter wisely, you don't just manage your energy, you master it. Now think of life like a marathon. In a real race, you can't sprint full speed from the start. You'd burn out before the finish line. Instead, you need to pace yourself, conserve energy, and push forward step by step. Stoicism views life the same way. Seneca wrote, "It's not the absence of challenges that makes us successful, but how we respond to them." Life doesn't promise to be easy, but it gives us a framework to maintain peace and endurance through the storms. I once kicked off a big project, writing a series on life philosophy. At first I was pumped, working non-stop, but then exhaustion hit and I nearly gave up. That's when I learned from Stoicism that it's not about speed, it's about persistence. I started breaking the work into smaller chunks, tackling it steadily each day, and accepting that there'd be slow moments, but never a full stop. Think about a long-term goal of yours, maybe learning a new skill, building a career, or improving your health. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. According to a Medium article on applying Stoicism, psychologists found that people who focus on the process rather than instant results are 40% more likely to stay motivated. For example, when I started working out, I didn't force myself to lift heavy weights right away. Instead, I began with a small habit, walking 30 minutes a day, and built up from there. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. You can't control the market when starting a business or someone else's feelings in a relationship, but you can control how you respond. Try this. When facing a challenge, ask yourself, what can I do right now to take one small step forward? By keeping a steady pace, you not only preserve your energy, but also build the endurance to go further. Next, let's talk about integrity and leadership, two core Stoic qualities that help you master your energy by living true to your values. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "True wealth isn't in having much, but in wanting little." Integrity isn't just about honesty. It's the alignment of your thoughts, words, and actions, even when no one's watching. I once faced a tough choice at work. Take on a high-paying project that clashed with my ethics. I turned it down, not because it was easy, but because I knew doing it would rob me of my inner peace. That decision didn't just keep my conscience clear, it reinforced my belief that living true to your values is the most sustainable source of energy. Leadership in Stoicism isn't about titles or power. It's about setting an example. In meditations, Marcus stresses, "Do what's right, even if you're the only one who knows." For instance, when leading a work team, I don't just assign tasks. I try to show patience, fairness, and accountability, even under pressure. According to a Harvard Business Review study, leading with personal values fosters trust and can boost team performance by up to 25%. Try this. For one day, ask yourself, do my actions today reflect the values I believe in? When you live with integrity and lead by example, you don't just protect your energy, you spread it to others like ripples on a lake. Have you ever been paralyzed by doubt? When facing a big decision, like switching jobs or starting a new project, those "what if I fail?" questions keep swirling in your head. Stoicism offers a powerful tool for this: meticulous planning. It's not about predicting the future, but preparing for it with reason and calm. I once faced a major crossroads, leaving a stable job to pursue my passion for writing. The fear of failure almost stopped me cold. But then I learned from Seneca in Letters from a Stoic, prepare your mind for every possibility. I listed out the scenarios, best and worst, and planned for each. If I failed, what would I do? If I succeeded, what would I need? This turned vague dread into concrete steps I could control. According to an article in Stoic Gym, the technique of negative visualization, picturing the worst-case scenario, can cut anxiety and boost resilience by 35%. For example, if you want to save money, make a plan. Cut expenses, find extra income, and brace yourself for lean months. When you're ready for anything, doubt stops being an enemy and becomes fuel for action. Try this. Pick a big goal and break it into steps. Ask, what's the worst that could happen? What would I do if it does? When you plan like a Stoic, you keep your energy focused and strong, no matter what challenges come your way. Ultimately, mastering your energy requires perseverance and reflection, two pillars of Stoicism. Perseverance isn't stubbornness, it's purposeful persistence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do small things with great love." I learned this when I started writing a book. At first, I was excited, but then I hit roadblocks. Ideas ran dry and time was tight. Instead of giving up, I returned every day, writing even just a paragraph because I knew my purpose, to share something meaningful. According to Ryan Holiday in The Obstacle is the Way, Stoic perseverance is loving the process more than the outcome. For example, when you exercise, don't just focus on the number on the scale. Enjoy each workout, each step of progress. Reflection is equally important. Every evening I spend 5 minutes asking myself, what did I do well today? What can I improve? This is a habit Marcus Aurelius practiced daily to keep his mind clear. A study from the Journal of Positive Psychology shows that daily reflection increases self-awareness and reduces stress by up to 20%. Try this. Pick a long-term goal, commit to doing a little each day, and reflect at the end of the day. Is this aligning with my values? When you persevere and reflect, you not only sustain your energy, but also turn it into lasting strength. So, we've explored together how to master your energy through Stoic philosophy. From curating your inputs, living like a marathon, maintaining integrity and leadership, planning meticulously, to persevering and reflecting, all these are tools to help you not just manage, but truly master your energy. These aren't quick fixes. They're a long-term journey where each step you take strengthens who you are and what you believe in. Stoicism teaches us to look beyond immediate distractions and focus on what endures: peace, resilience, and purpose. Bring these ideas into your life. Start small, like choosing an inspiring book over scrolling online, or spending 5 minutes reflecting each evening. If you find this journey valuable, share it with a friend. They might be seeking ways to master their energy too. I'd love to hear your story. How have you applied Stoicism in your own life? Feel free to share your thoughts. And if you want to dive deeper, check out the suggested videos on the screen. They'll guide you to other practical applications. Thank you for joining me today. The journey ahead is long, but every moment you choose to live with awareness is a victory. Keep walking, learning, and growing like a true Stoic. See you next time.